Ground ball. McLean, second. 12 in a row. The oldest team in professional baseball has its 5th ever winning streak of a dozen straight.
Our job every day is to try to kick somebody's ass. I mean, that's why we're here.
That is caught. Left center. Reds win.
And this ball is launched high and very deep to right, long gone. It's second of the night. Ellie De La Cruz.
Short lead for Pena. Larkin drills it. Do you believe this? It's going to be gone. Back to back. Walk-off home runs. How about this? Cameron is back. He's back. He's back.
And a swing and a drive. Deep left field. This one belongs to the Reds. Swung on and hit deep to left field. That ball is going to be gone. Home run. And the Reds put it tied to 4.
Goes to second one. Around to first. Got a double play. And the Reds sweep the Cubs. Breaking ball. Hit high. Hit deep. Way back there. And gone into the second deck and left. Christian Encarnacion Strand walks it off.
Archer does it in his major league debut. He gets the final 3 outs, and the Reds get an extra inning win. A thriller 5-4.
Swung on. Fly ball. Hit to deep right field. That ball is going to be gone. A grand slam home run by Mike Cameron.
2 outs, 2 on. Reds down by 1. Larkin down the line. It's a winning. It's a winning. Here comes Tucker. Here comes Steins. Larkin's won the game. Barry Larkin gets mobbed. Look at this scene. It's synergy.
The stretch, the pause and the pitch. And a line drive, base hit left center field. A single for Aaron Boone. And this one belongs to the Reds. The Reds have won 8 in a row.
Kobayashi with a long look turns it loose, and Dunn hits it to deep right. It's all over. And this one belongs to the Reds. The Reds have won their 5th game in a row. They've defeated the Cleveland Indians on an Adam Dunn 3-run home run, 4-2. In on the corners at first and third. 2 on, nobody out. Here's Roy Dring pitching, no bunt. Ground ball by the third baseman into left field. Dave Bruce rounds third. This one belongs to the Reds.
That's hit pretty good. Guess what? He doesn't need speed. That's gone. He's the king of the Queen City tonight.
With 1 out here in the 11th inning, you sure got to go now. One out, pull down the left field line. That ball is going to get the winning run in. Here comes Dave Bruce rounding third, heading toward the plate. And this one belongs to the Reds.
Huge situation for Votto. Why you paying the big bucks to deliver the goods with 2 outs in the 9th inning? Can he do it? In the gap, right center field, and Votto delivers the goods.
Hit deep center field. Hank Hill going back at the warning track. Oh, he goes one. It's gone. Joey Votto is delivered.
Reds fans, good afternoon, and welcome to another Chatterbox Reds pregame show. I'm Hunter Hurst. Big welcome back to my co-host, Max Alfonso. Max, the Reds are hot right now. Things are looking good.
Yeah, last few games, 5-game win streak. It's been a blast to watch. Last night was fun in its own way, I guess, to watch. The offense didn't really hit well, but when Abbott pitches like that, it's tough to beat him.
Tough to beat him. Andrew Abbott, as our guy Tito would say, big balls. That's he said. I've seen that quip on Twitter about 100 times today. Andrew Abbott, complete game shut piece as the Reds finally win a 1-0 game. It's nice to be on the right side of those. A 1-0 win over the Guardians, 5-0 against Cleveland this year. Ohio Cup champions for the first time since I was in 8th grade, so that's nice. And then there's not too much you can say about Abbott's performance last night.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. He was pretty lights out. The breaking ball was working. The fastball was great. And the defense too. Obviously, LA made that error. I think it was in the 8th. But besides that, I mean, Frito had that great play in center. Fraley with one of the best diving catches I've ever seen, especially backhanded. I can't believe he made that catch. Because if he doesn't make that catch and he's on the ground, that Ramirez, he probably gets an inside the park home run. And then Benson on the last last play of the game. Did you think that was out off the bat? I thought it was too far off the end of the bat, but then the camera guy had it going to Canton, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, man, the camera guy just pulling a fast one on pretty much everybody in this situation. There's no winner in that situation other than the Reds for the camera work. I thought that ball was hitting the damn scoreboard off the bat. I was concerned, but nonetheless falls short. Reds win. It's nice to be a day one Andrew Abbott guy. I did have something on the little rundown here. The bunt situation. Reds in the fifth, I believe. Runners at the corners, 1 out. TJ Friedel comes up, and the Reds go with a bunt from Friedel, ends up popping it up. Santana makes a hell of a catch on the diving play, and don't believe the Reds scored to end that inning or add on anything. Obviously, winning 1-0. Wanted to know your thoughts on that situation.
I hated the decision to bunt there. Friedel's been the best hitter for a while now. He should be an all-star. I don't understand why you would take the bat out of his hands, especially when there's 1 out and a guy on third. It just doesn't make any sort of sense to me. There was just no reason to bunt. He's been hitting the ball so well, and then he comes up next time and gets a base hit and gets an extra base, getting to second on a bad throw. So it's just like you're taking the bat out of the best hitter's hands, and it just doesn't make it made no sense at the time. I know Friedel's a good bunter, and that time was just, and maybe if he puts down a good bunt, we're saying different things, but it was disappointing to take the bat out of his hands right there, in my opinion.
Yeah, I had the same thought, but I did have this take. It might be a hot take. The Reds are going to live and die with philosophy. I think I would rather them live and die with this feat and see how it goes than around in terms of philosophy. Obviously, you look at the lineup, you've got pretty much 3 guys in this lineup, I think, that are built to hit 20 plus, and the rest of the team is not, they're not power. At least the guys in the lineup today. So the way that I look at it, I would rather the Reds, have this identity and at least try to stick to it. I look at football terms. I'm a big Packers fan. Packers are built to ball. I would rather run the ball 40 times a game and try rather than that, we're going to go raid this week and see what the hell happens. That's kind of the way that I look at it. I want to know your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I think today is a game against Logan Allen, a lefty. That's why you see Joe Hampson in the lineup. We'll get to that in a minute. But I think today is a day that we could see, more bunts trying to manufacture runs. I think we could see, if Ellie gets on or McLean or Friedel, that they try and push it on the base pass. So I think today, there could be more of a small ball approach, and that's just the way the lineup, I think, is structured.
Yeah, and looking at the lineup, this is the Reds lineup against Logan Allen today. TJ Friedel, Santiago Espinal back in the 2-hole, as Logan Allen is a left-handed pitcher. Ellie De La Cruz, 3 spot. CES will bat 4th. Steer, DHs will bat 5th. Jose Trevino, who has been a great battery partner for Nick Lodolo since he joined the Reds, will bat 6th. Connor Joe, who will ultimately, I hope to God, be pinch hit for at some point. And then Matt McQuain, and again, Garrett Hampson, who, oddly enough, is the Reds' best hitter if you look at career stats against Logan Allen. This guy is 3 for 6, obviously small sample size, but has hit the ball hard against a double and a pair of RBIs. And that is one of 2 extra base hits against Logan Allen. What are you looking for out of the Reds tonight, or not tonight, today, this afternoon?
Yeah, I think Logan Allen is a guy that the Reds should get to. I know he's a lefty. We'll get to his numbers in a little bit, but I think today's a really good opportunity for them to beat up a left-handed pitcher. I like Espinal in the 2-hole against a lefty. He struggled a little bit lately, but I kind of think that's just the fact that he's played so much. He's been a little, I guess, overexposed to his weaknesses. And then Connor Joe, I like against lefties, and I don't love Garrett Hampson in the lineup. I would rather have Reese Hines here, but I mean, if Garrett Hampson is the Logan Allen killer, then I guess we have to ride with Garrett Hampson today. But I think when we get to the bullpen, I think we'll start to see Fraley and Benson and those guys come in to pinch hit. But it's a shame we don't see Austin Hayes back yet.
It is indeed a shame. I'm not sure what the plan is. I know initially it was for him to come back today. I think they're delaying it until they get to Detroit because of field conditions on Monday. He didn't run the bases until I believe, that was yesterday. He didn't run the bases for the first time. So give him the extra day. Don't want to rush him back with his injury history. But against Logan Allen, I think it's very important for the Reds to hunt fastballs today. 367 average against Logan Allen's four-seamer this year. It's his second most used pitch, pretty on par with how often he throws his sweeper as well. So I think it's important to use that ambush tactic that oftentimes you see Gavin Lux use. That has led to a lot of success for him. Obviously, would still like them to work counts if that's what the situation dictates, but I think it's important for him to hunt fastballs.
Yeah, that was a part of my preview, so thank you for that. But I think you're right. They do need to attack fastballs. He throws a sweeper and breaking ball pretty much at the same clip. The sweeper is right now. It's up 10% from his usage last year because of the fastball just getting smoked this year. I mean, guys, like you said, are hitting over 350 against it. So, yeah, I think guys like Ellie, CES, and Steer should really be hunting the fastball. And Friedel, he can turn on those fastballs even against a lefty.
Yeah, I think that's a product of his open stance. I read an article, I think Reds and 4 posted it. I'm not sure who wrote it, but it was a TJ Friedel is the weirdest player in baseball article, and it kind of defined his open stance and how he's able to hit lefties and gives him, a better view of the plate and all that. I'm not going to dive into the rest of that because mainly I don't understand all the math behind it, but TJ Friedel is a known good hitter against lefties, as is Espinal. Would like to see David Cruz move down in the order some against left-handed pitchers. It's just not what he's good at.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him move down, especially when Stevenson is in the lineup against left-handed pitching. I'd love if Stevenson would hit third and you can move LA down to fifth or sixth, but yeah, it just is what it is. The Reds have won 5 in a row, so I feel like I can't complain too much. I've been spoiled a lot as a Reds fan in the last few days.
Yeah, and I actually saw a chart that said it was from a Guardians fan during Tito's time with the Guardians. So it said March, I'm so excited, and then April and May was Tito's an idiot, and then fire Tito. We're in June, and that section was this team is fun. And then it's here we come. This team rules. Tito is a genius. And then October is what the hell, Tito. I'll be fine saying what the hell, Tito. Trey said it last night. We're starved for some October baseball here in Queen City. So if we can get to that, what the hell, Tito in October, I'll be fine living with that.
Yeah, if I'm mad at Tito in October, then something has gone really well in June, July, August, and September. I'm going to go ahead and start with the Guardians lineup now. Tito's former team, Lane Thomas leads off. He got the night off last night. He plays center. David Fry, Jose Ramirez, and Carlos Santana are the 2-3-4. Gabriel Arias is the shortstop, Nolan Jones in left, and then Jonathan Rodriguez, Dom Nunez catching, who hasn't played a major league game since 2022. This is a second game since 2022, I should say. And then Angel Martinez at second. You look at this lineup, and what stands out to me is the first 4 guys against lefties. David Fry is one of the best in the league against lefties. Carlos Santana has been around a long time. We know what Jose Ramirez can do, and Lane Thomas has crushed the Reds his entire career.
Yeah, and facing Lodolo tonight, or I keep saying tonight, it's an afternoon game, probably because it's really cloudy outside today. The Guardians, despite Joe Ram, obviously he's crushed Lodolo in his career. He's 4 for 5 with a homer. Santana's 2 for 3. That's a small sample size, but the Guardians are terrible against left-handed starters. 4-13 on the year, WRC plus of 70. For Lodolo, I think it's important for him to establish that inside fastball to these right-handed hitters early. Joe Ram, he might turn on one and hit it to the scoreboard, but I think I can live with Jose Ramirez being the guy that crushes Lodolo if he's able to get the other 8 guys out.
Yeah. Jose Ramirez is the guy in this lineup that you need to get out. The bottom after Santana, Arias, Jones, Rodriguez, Nunez, Angel Martinez, those guys don't really put much fear into me. So that's my big take is you can't let the bottom of the lineup beat you. I don't want Dom Nunez in his second major league game since 2022 to be a reason that the Reds lose this game. So I think Lodolo should have a good time with this lineup. I think he should do really well against Nolan Jones. It's nice they're throwing a lefty in there for us. So Lodolo, I feel like they just hammer righties against him. But yeah, I think today Lodolo should pitch well.
It's interesting that Steven Kwan is not in the lineup and they put Jones there. Do you think that is a scheduled day off for Kwan? Is just the reasoning for that, or they don't want to sit Jones 2 days in a row?
That's a good point. I think it's just a scheduled day. I can check the last time he got a day off, but yeah, he leads the team in plate appearances. So maybe this is just a scheduled day off, I'm guessing, against the lefty, but we'll take it. But I'm sure he's available off the bench.
100% take it. Lodolo's last start went 6 against Arizona, got the win, 3 earned on 5 hits. Didn't walk anybody and only struck out 4. The problem Lodolo has run into, at least in his last start, is home runs. Gave up 2 homers against Arizona. Do you think him working the bottom of the zone and being able to land that inside fastball will help him against this right-handed Guardians lineup?
Yeah, I really think when he does establish, that fastball and the sinker, he can really get to his breaking ball on the inside part of the plate. And sometimes when he has it really working, he'll throw it and it'll hit the back foot of a right-handed hitter and they'll swing at it. That's one of my favorite things that Lodolo has the ability to do. But yeah, I think today it's a big. It's important for him to establish that fastball on the inside part of the plate.
I agree with that. I fully agree with that. And really, it is just Joe Ram that has hit Lodolo hard. Obviously, Santana, we know what he is. I was going to ask you this on Monday. We didn't end up doing the show together. Carlos Santana's pants. Have you noticed the biker shorts that he wears? Wanted to know your feelings on those.
That I didn't realize how high they were until last night. Someone said it that I was watching the game with, and I was like, "Man, those are they like? Is that even comfortable? Like, those are extremely, extremely short shorts that he's wearing."
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he's wearing boxers over top of leggings with
Yeah.
these pants. It's crazy. The run game against Logan Allen, moving to the run game against Logan Allen. The Reds doesn't feel like they've been running a ton lately. They have been aggressive on the base paths with the ball in play. Obviously, Lux ended up taking third the other night. What wasn't a great decision, but it ended up working out. You saw McClain move up first to third on a ball just with his great hustle last night that allowed Friedel to get to second. Logan Allen has only allowed 4 steals this year. Obviously, being with a lefty, it's a little tougher to steal off a left-handed pitcher. Do you see any running against the Guardians in this game today for the Reds? Obviously, with Dom Nunez, that's just his second major league game in 3 years. What are you looking for on the base paths from the Reds?
I don't know how good Nunez is at holding runners, but you got to think that these guys haven't really, thrown much together. So I do think it's possible that we see, more aggressive tonight. I know Ellie was kind of dealing with stuff, so they weren't really pushing him too much on the bases. Last night he did get a steal. But I mean, there's guys in this lineup that can run. Friedel, he's lost some speed over the last few years, but he's still pretty smart and gets good jumps out there. Hampson has always been fast. McLean's fast, and Steer can run a little bit too. So I think today, if the opportunity presents itself, I could see them kind of pushing it a little bit.
I agree with that. I thought it was really huge for the Reds last night. Huge for Ellie, really, that he even attempted that steal. I don't know if it was the Reds are allowed to put on their hit and run. Their own hit and run. Tito said that in the spring, and as far as I know, that hasn't changed. But it was good to see him get a good jump for one and have the confidence in whatever he's been dealing with to take off towards second. So I think if Ellie is able to take off and run, why not let him go? Because we've said he hasn't been running a whole lot this year. He does have, I mean, he still has 20 stolen bases.
Yeah. Yeah. I do want him to be more aggressive on the base, especially if he's healthy. I think last year I saw he had like 34 at this time already, and now he's only at 20, which 20 is still a lot of stolen bases. There were years after Billy left when the Reds just couldn't run like at all. So it's nice to have someone with that speed, and I would love if they would push him today. You mentioned Logan Allen. I'll just preview him real quick. You mentioned it earlier, sweeper and a fastball, both at 28% of the time. He doesn't really overpower you with velocity. Fastball sits around 90. And then he mixes in a changeup, cutter, and sinker as well. And as you said, that fastball gets absolutely crushed. So do you have any big takes about today about Logan Allen?
Big take is I think Christian Encarnacion Strand is the key today for the Reds. I didn't think he had a good night at all last night. Plate discipline kind of reverted back to what we saw before he went on the IL. He really wasn't, he wasn't very selective at the plate. I remember him distinctly swinging through and then taking a couple middle fastballs. But he's going to be key, especially crushing this fastball. If they have he's able to throw that sweeper for a strike, I think that spells trouble for Encarnacion Strand. So I'm looking for him to be selective at the plate. He's got Steer behind him, who's really good against lefties. Trevino's behind him. He's homered in the past. The middle of the order, I think, is your key to produce today for the Reds. And hunting that fastball, making him, not confident in that pitch to where he's got to try to land breaking balls for a strike. And that's going to lead to some mistakes unless he's really got it working. I think if the Reds are able to hunt that fastball early and do damage, they're set up to win today.
Yeah, I think there's a chance today Logan Allen throws the least amount of four-seam fastballs that he has all year. I think there's a chance like guys like Ellie and CES, probably even McLean, just don't even see many fastballs at all. But back to your point about CES last night, it was a little worrisome. It kind of got back to the CES we remember earlier in the year, and just CES in the past, just a little too aggressive. He chased 2 straight sliders to strike out of the zone, and that's just something you want to see him lay off. And then against, I forget what pitcher was in the game, but the fly ball to center late in the game to Nolan Jones when he threw out McLean, which was an incredible throw, and I liked that McLean went there. But with CES, you want to see him get the ball further in the air, I guess, and put a little bit better of a play on the ball. But I still love CES. He's been awesome lately. And I think there's a chance today that he goes deep, and I think there's a lot of guys that could go deep today against Allen.
Yeah, it's according to the weather, it's a nice day in Cleveland, 70 degrees, wind blowing left to right. I actually found a way to look that up. The ChatGPT helped me out with that. I did everything I could. But looking around the National League Central, the Reds are 6.5 back overall, just 3.5 back now in the wild card at 2 games over 500. Cubs rubber match in Philadelphia. All 4 other National League Central teams are playing early today. Cardinals host the Blue Jays, Brewers hosting the Braves, and then the toilet bowl of Marlins Pirates is the first game of the day. I believe that starts in about 10 minutes. looking ahead for the Reds, the end of this road trip is obviously tough. You have, I believe, the Tigers still have the best record in baseball. And I believe the Reds are going to have to deal with Tarek Skubal. What are you looking for this weekend from the Reds, looking ahead past today?
I'm actually looking right now to see when they face Skubal. I think it would be Sunday, I believe. But yeah, either way, Skubal is one of the best in the league, and so is his team. I mean, the Tigers have been awesome this year, so I think today getting a sweep would be a big deal. I didn't think a sweep was possible coming into the series with Wade Miley pitching Monday, but congrats to Wade Miley. He threw the ball. He threw the ball pretty well, so I'm happy he got through those 5 innings to put the Reds in this position. But yeah, I next week I know they play Minnesota, I think back at home, and then the Cardinals, then Yankees. So it doesn't get easier. And I think it's really big that they've won 5 in a row. Kind of as a big confidence boost, and they just needed to win games. They were getting to that point where it's like it's now or never. So I think it's really nice that they've won a lot lately.
I agree. I actually just looked; they do miss Tarek Skubal.
That's what I thought.
That is
Awesome.
that's a big deal for a guy
Yeah.
who's in his last 11 starts has struck out 95 batters and has only walked 3.
He has I think he's 105 strikeouts this year and 7 walks. It's unbelievable.
It's gross. I mean, he's the best pitcher in the league.
Yeah.
For as much as we love Andrew Abbott and how he has been this year, and he should be an all-star, Tarek Skubal is that much better. It's a very good thing that the Reds are not going to face him, and definitely not facing a lefty of Skubal's caliber today in Allen. Looking at the chat, got one that says, do you think the Reds can score at least 5 runs today? I do. I think personally, while they only scored 1 run last night, they had a few good opportunities to where they could have added on. Obviously, things didn't, play their way, and that's just the way it goes sometimes. Unfortunately for this team, that's been more often than I would like this year, but I definitely think today they can score at least 5 runs. How do you feel about that, Max?
Yeah, I think today they should give it to Logan Allen, and I don't want him to see the 6th. Then you can kind of push those, Fraley and Benson into the game, and then the bullpen didn't pitch last night, so I think you can be pretty aggressive with that. If Lodolo does struggle a little bit, Suter isn't available, but yeah, I think everyone else should be up and ready to go. So I think today the Reds should be pretty aggressive, especially with the off day tomorrow.
I agree with that. I believe they had an off day on Monday as well. So it was huge for Abbott, obviously, personally for his All-Star campaign and just personally for how he's done for him to go complete game. But it's huge for the Reds, rest the bullpen. There's been times this year where we've had to kind of tax the bullpen a little bit, and they've thrown a little bit more than I think everybody would like. But it is definitely huge to have everybody available coming in to today. Do you have any predictions for the game today before we get out of here?
I think it's a Reds victory, and I think Matt McLain goes deep.
Matt McLain goes deep. I'm going to go with Garrett Hampson's going to get on and steal a base. Why not? This guy, I mean, he's for all the grief that we give the Reds and even Garrett Hampson himself for being on the team when he probably shouldn't be. If he's going to be here, I want him to produce. So to hell with it. He's going to get on. He's going to steal a base and come around and score. I think the Reds are going to win 6-1. I think it's a good day for Lodolo if he's able to work the bottom of the zone, play off the fastball inside with the changeup and the breaking ball. And if the Reds hunt fastballs against Logan Allen, get out ahead quick. It's been so important this year for the Reds to score first. I think if they can do that, they've got a real shot at sweeping the Ohio Cup. I don't know the last time either team went 6-0 in the Ohio Cup, but it'd definitely be nice to see.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I know the Reds. I probably wasn't alive to see the Reds, or at least remember it, but I feel like Cleveland had to have at some point in one of the last 11 years. But neither here nor there. Let's go 6-0 against them.
Go 6-0. Let's just try to go 1-0 today. That seems to be the mantra out of the Reds clubhouse. I want to thank everybody for watching. Reminder about the post-game show is special duo today. Craig Sandlin and Ricky Logan, I believe, are your duo for the post-game show today. No Trace, no Nick. But nonetheless, they'll be live in the 9th. Want everybody to tune in and watch that, like the stream. Again, thanks everybody for watching. We will see you all next time. I believe we're on Wednesday for the finale or second game of the Twins series. So we'll see you all then. For Max Alfonso, I'm Hunter Hurst. This has been Chatterbox Reds pregame show.